No Standing 8 Boxing Podcast. We discuss every organization and weight class with your host, Bronx Bomber, educated with the craft. Punch a topic hard like heavyweights, hitting the bag from the top rank to the upcoming. Washed up to the dark horse, champs, #1 contenders. Quick jab or sharp cross, we your source. Come get it. Tuning in, you can have it. Internationally known, our information is valid. See, we on a higher plane, no two episodes the same. We get better as we train, so on top we remain. Come join the conversation, this insight you'll gain. And then outside of the rain, we do the damn thing.
Fight fans, welcome to the edition of No Standing 8 Boxer Talk. And today I got a guest with me. I got Nadim Salloum out of Brooklyn, New York. 11 wins, 1 loss, and 5 KOs. And he's originally from Lebanon. But we're going to get into all that. We'll let him explain all that. But first, I want all the readers of New York Fights and all the people that tune in to No Standing 8 Boxer Talk to give a warm welcome to Nadim Salloum. Nadim, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me, man.
Oh, man, thank you for the opportunity. So, perhaps for the viewers and the readers that may have not seen you fight, or this is going to be their first time seeing you fight, give us a little bit of your biography, a little bit of your history, your family dynamics, where you're from, and eventually what led you to boxing.
All right. I'm born and raised in Lebanon. I was 14 years old when I first got into a boxing gym. My father is a bodybuilding trainer, and they had a boxing gym at the same, it was school actually, and they had like a boxing gym and a bodybuilding studio. So I started boxing at the age of 14 just to lose weight. I was a fat kid. I weighed like 195 pounds. I was like 14 years old. So I just wanted to lose weight, and I just got into boxing. I took it for fun at the beginning, but at the age of 16, like almost 17, I did my first second division Lebanese championship back in Beirut, and I won. And since that day, I said that feeling is the best feeling on earth. So, and I had like kind of a weak personality, so that boxing gave me that character, and it made me the man who I am right now.
All right, so you found your way into a boxing gym, just to lose weight. You fell in love with the sport. I mean, boxing is not the biggest sport in Lebanon. I think most, probably, correct me if I'm wrong, soccer, basketball, and weightlifting. You guys are big weightlifters over there.
Yeah, basketball is the best.
Basketball is the best, right?
Soccer, we're not that good, but basketball, we're Asian champions, so we're good.
Good. So from what I read, you are the first professional boxer out of Lebanon.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. Talk to me a little bit about your amateur experience, your international tournaments. How many amateur fights did you have? Talk to me a little bit about your amateur pedigree.
All right. I come from a small town on the beach in Beirut called Jounieh. And when I started to love the sport of boxing, I said, like, that's what I want to do in life. But we didn't have any professional boxer before from Lebanon. So it was kind of tough to understand how to turn pro. What does it mean? What's the difference between amateur and pro? But like throughout the years, I started to compete amateur in Lebanon. I did the Asian Championship in 2015 in Thailand, Bangkok. I did the Mediterranean Championship like 3 times. But in Lebanon, we don't have, even amateur is very poor. Like the federations, the sports federation in Lebanon are linked to politics. So it's very complicated. You know how it is in the Middle East. So I used to have maybe, like, to be a Lebanese champion in the first division, you win maybe just the max is 2 fights. I used to fight 1 time and win. Sometimes because they knew I was going to win, they didn't fight me. I used to win without fighting. So I did like 40 fights. Maybe I don't have an amateur record, to be very honest with you, like 40, 42 through 10 years, because I was struggling to get in 1 fight.
Because there wasn't the venues, there wasn't the matches of the tournaments.
No, there was, yeah.
Okay. So when did you make your transition to the United States?
In 2011, I told you I won the first fight. I got into boxing. I started fighting a little bit. And they used to train twice a day, even though we don't have fights from the beginning of 2012 till today, I still train twice a day. I'm very dedicated to the sport. I believe anything can happen in this life, and you can be whatever you want to be. It doesn't matter where you come from. So when I dedicated myself to the sport in 2014, like my inspiration was Manny Pacquiao, because he's from Philippines. Although they have professional boxing, but it's his situation where he was poor, he didn't have food to eat. I said, if this guy made it, anybody can make it. So I watched that guy, and I googled where he trains, and we all know Fred Roach, and I saw Wild Card Los Angeles. So I stopped my university because I don't come from a rich family. I had to save the money to be able to learn boxing. I stopped after 2 years of college, and I came the first time in 2014 to LA, to the Wild Card, to find someone to help me teach me what does it mean to be a professional boxer. And to be very honest, I had no idea what professional boxing is. I didn't know that. I didn't know what manager, promoter, advisor means. I didn't know anything about boxing. So 2014, nobody helped me. And 2015, I went for another trip. Also, nobody helped me. 2016, for another trip. I used to go just for a month and a half. That's it. 2017, that was my last shot. I had like a car, a BMW in Lebanon. I sold it for like $7,000, and I took the money and I left to LA. I said, this time I'm gonna make it happen. So I met a Mexican trainer. His name is Juan Panda Martinez. He trains at the Wild Card. And he told me, listen, if you want to be professional that bad, I can take you to Tijuana, and I can get you a professional fight. So I drove with him to Tijuana. I did my first fight. I got first round knockout. Then I went back home. I was stuck again in Lebanon. So I called him again. I told him, man, I really appreciate that you gave me that fight, but I want to live as a professional boxer. I don't want to do just one fight. And he was like, man, you just made history. Just use it in your country. Like, you're the first Lebanese. I think I don't care about that. I just want to be a professional boxer. So he told me, listen, there's a guy you sparred at the Wild Card. His name is Mario Casares. I told him, yeah, I remember him. He said, all right, reach out to him on Facebook. Maybe he can help you. So I did text him. I added him on Facebook. I texted him. And he said, listen, I can help you if you come to Mexico City. So I left the country again, and I went to Mexico City. I don't know the guy. We just beat each other up at the gym. So I met him for the first time. And when I got into the airport, I was like shy, and like I was confused. Like, what the fuck? I came to Mexico City from Lebanon. I don't speak Spanish. But it turns out he was an amazing man, and everything happens for a reason. You know, when you want to make things happen, you can make it happen. So I went and I lived, me and Mario, at the gym in Mexico City in Iztacalco, in a very dangerous area. I couldn't go to the supermarket by myself because I don't speak Spanish, and I'm Lebanese. And Lebanese people in Mexico are kind of rich, so they will rob you 100%. So I trained with his team. Actually, I tried the subway one time. I used to beg him to try the subway, and he said, no, it's very dangerous. I tried it one time, and they took my cell phone. So I said, all right, I understand now. So I did 2 fights in Mexico. Then I went back home, and I said, if you want to make it big, you have to be in the United States. Mm-hmm. And that was my trip to Mexico.
All right. And then how did you end up in Brooklyn?
I have my brother's brother. He's from New York. He's Lebanese. So I reached out to him. I told him, hey, man, you're the only guy I know in America. And if you can help me, he said, listen, you can come here and stay at my place for like 3-4 weeks. And, you can see what happens. So I went and I lived at his place. His name is Ziad. Big shout out for him. He has a very nice Lebanese place. It's called Manouche in New York City, if anybody want to try it. So I got the place for like 3-4 weeks. Then I had to leave Ziad's place. And that's the very inspiring story, that a friend of mine, he was with me when I was in school. I was 10 years old, shared my fight on Facebook. So there's a guy, his name is Roberto Salem, saw the post on Facebook, and he was with me in school. But the last time I saw him, I was 10 years old because I left that school. So he saw the post. He's like, damn, I know that guy. He's like, I know the name. So he looked back in my photos. Oh, that fat kid, he was with me in school. So he reached out to me. He said, listen, man, when I still was in Mexico, he said, listen, man, if you need anything, let me know. But, I was 3-0. I thought he was a fan. I didn't remember. I said, yeah, don't worry about it. I'm fine, thanks. Then when I came to New York, he texted me again. He said, listen, man, I live in New York. If you can, if you can have dinner with me or something, or I really want to meet you. So on my last 2 days at Zia's place, I was desperate, and my mom was crying back home because it's not working out. And I told my mom, listen, mom, if I'm willing to live on the streets, if you believe that you gave birth to a world champion, let me continue. If you don't, let me go back home and like give it up. So I went and had dinner with Roberto, and that was the turning point of my career, because Roberto, I told him, listen, I need a place to stay for 3-4 days to see what I was gonna do. And it's been 4 years and I still live on his couch.
All right. Yeah, but you just living out your dream, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you had your first professional fight in Mexico. Now you correct me if I'm wrong, because a lot of the information you find on the internet sometimes isn't
Yeah.
correct. Your only loss in your record came in your second fight.
And my first fight in America, my fourth fight. But
Your fourth fight. So your first fight in America.
Yeah.
Okay, so here you go. You got this. You're grinding and you're going through all this. Obstacles. Soldier BMW. Went to wild card. I don't know, 8,000 times.
Yeah.
And ended up in Mexico City. Lived on your buddy's couch, and you lose your American debut. What did you learn from that fight, and how did you feel?
When I first went to Mexico, I met the WBC community. Mauricio Soleiman, the president of WBC, he was originally Lebanese. Mm-hmm. So I only asked him for one thing: please connect me with the right people, with the right trainer in New York City, just so he can help me. So they linked me up with Jose Guzman, my current trainer. Mm-hmm. So I trained with Jose for a while. Then Jose started to like offer me fights to start my professional career in New York. But I didn't know that you need to pay to get fights. You need to pay your opponent. I didn't know anything. So I said, that trainer, I'm going to leave that trainer. So I went and I trained in another gym. Let's not say who I'm trained with and what gym. That's like that. I just went.
Keep that quiet.
Yeah. I don't want to make any problems. But I went and trained to another gym. They taught me boxing. They're amazing trainers. And 3 weeks before my first fight in America, I ripped my quadriceps while I was running, and I got injured, and I spent 3 weeks on bed putting ice on my leg. But it was my first fight in America. I didn't want to cancel it, and they got me a light heavyweight opponent. So I took the fight. I still fought, and the trainers told me, don't worry, you're going to beat him with one leg. So I did the fight. I couldn't bend my knees. I was bouncing all the time, and honestly, he didn't beat me. Like, I wasn't active. That's it. Even I lost to majority decision. One trainer was one judge gave it a draw, but I learned from it, and I saw the reaction of the Lebanese people, and my brother flew from Lebanon to watch me, and they were like super happy, even though I lost. So I said, look how happy they are when I lost. Imagine how happy they'll be when I win.
That's right.
So I took a break. I went back home. I did the surgery. I took off like a heart from my leg. Like, I can send you the photo later. You won't believe it. The fibers got tripped, and like it got back together. It attached in a bad way. So it made like a ball. I used to move it on my quads.
Yeah.
So I did the surgery. I recovered. Then I went back. I reached out to Jose, and I told him, man, I trust you. Just make me a world champion. Please, I believe you.
And what gym do you train out of right now?
Now at Victory. We train at Victory. I honestly follow Jose. Whatever he is, I follow him. Like,
okay.
I did like 7 training camps in Orlando. But now we're back in New York at Victory Boxing Gym. Yeah.
Okay. And who promotes you?
I don't have a promoter. I have a manager, Times Square boxing manager, Adam Glenn and Patrick Winters.
Okay, Adam Glenn. All right, great. And if you had to describe your style to folks that never seen you fight, how would you describe it? You're a boxer puncher. You're a puncher. You're a boxer. A bruiser.
Yeah, I'm a boxer mainly. I like to box. I like the art of boxing. I like to box. I like to counter. I'm a counter puncher as well. But I'm working on being a complete fighter. Like, I wasn't that aggressive fighter before, but I'm working on being a volume fighter. Stay active. Stay put on the work. Okay. So I'm going to be a complete fighter in all ways.
Okay. And all right, so now let's transition to your fight you have coming up next week. The fighter you have has a record of, if I'm not mistaken, 19-6
Yeah, he's
Well,
19.
this is a probably could be considered a step up match for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And my
Okay, so we can call it a step up match. Tell me a little bit about your opponent. What do you know about him?
I know that he's a veteran. He's been professional since 2010, so he's been around for a while. I don't think he'll beat me. I think I'm hungry more than him, and I believe who wants it more, he works harder. It's not the secret. Who works harder wins.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think anybody works harder than me. So I think I'm gonna get the job done.
Okay. And are you and Jose working on a specific strategy, or you want to share that strategy with us? Sometimes you don't.
No. We have a game plan, like, and it depends how the fight goes. You know how it is. Like you
That's
do
right.
what you do best the first couple of rounds, and if it was super easy, you step it up and you step on the gas. So we're gonna see how it goes.
Okay. This is your 12th fight coming up, right?
Yeah, 13.
No, this is gonna be a 13th fight. You have 12 fights total. 5K
Yeah.
is gonna be a 13th fight. What is the plan? What is your manager's plan? When can we see you, on TV? How do we start to accelerate your career, progress your career to get you the rankings and possibly start contending, move for prospect to contender?
Yeah. Listen, when I got my, you know how boxing is mainly a big part of it is business part. So you need to be a ticket seller. You need to have a big following. You need to have a story. People love stories.
Mm-hmm.
And personally, honestly, like every time I fight, people, like now I'm fighting in New York City, people are coming from Boston, Vegas, Houston, New Jersey. They are flying from all over just because Lebanese people, they want to see a Lebanese boxer. And I'm very proud of it. They are the biggest part of my career. So I think we start to make a little kind of a noise here. And you never know when we get that call and we get a good opportunity on TV, with any promotion, like with a good step-up fight, a 50-50 fight, and we're going to be ready for it. So I'm just counting on Jose and Adam. I believe in them. I know they're moving me in a great way. And because I didn't have that amateur career in Lebanon, so I was trying to get my experience through the professional boxing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why like 10, 12 fights to be where I am right now.
Right. What does your mom think now?
My mom, she is very proud, and I want to give a big shout out to my mom because my mom, she's a fighter, she's a champion as well. December 2020, she got lung cancer. In January 2020, she got COVID. Then 2021, I mean. Then December 2021, she got brain cancer and another COVID, and she beat all of them up. So she's a champion. She's my inspiration. She motivates me, and she's very proud. I just want to make her happy. Every time I step in the ring, I just think about my family, my girl, and that's it.
That's right. That's right. Well, listen, I think you have an interesting story. I've seen you fight. You can throw down. You got some skills, and I think the skies have lit with you with that kind of attitude. You have some great charisma, I think you got the total package.
Want to get better, and I have a message to deliver. I come from a place where people hate each other, and they hate each other over religion, over politics. I want to make it big just to tell them, like, you can dream and you can be a good human being, and peace and love are the way to live in a very good world.
That's right. Well, there you have it, fight fans. I got Nadim Salloum. Come check him out. Tell everybody, before I dismiss you, tell everybody where they can see you fight next week, where they can get tickets, where they can stream it. It's going to be a great card. So Lemon I interviewed her. She's going to be on that card. It's a very solid card. Tell everybody where they can see you fight.
They can get the tickets on Ticketmaster. It's going to be at Sony Hall, Times Square. You all know what it is. And the streaming, I think, is going to be live on YouTube. Boxing Insider, shout out to Boxing Insider. They're going to try to make it for free for everybody. And so we can reach as much people as possible. So, and personally, I'm happy about that because in Lebanon, we don't have banks anymore. That's how bad it is right now. So if you want to subscribe to something, you cannot use the card. So people don't watch my fights usually. So now if it's going to be on YouTube, they will find to watch me live, even though it's going to be AM, but, they can make it happen.
Right, man. So here you have it, folks. Nadim Salloum, 11-1, going to fight next week. He's been all around the world, literally, from Lebanon. So you can say West Coast and East Coast.
all coast. Like
all coast.
All human beings. That's what I believe, man. It doesn't matter where you come from, where you were born. We're all human beings. We're all the same species.
That's right. That's right. Right now, you're in New York. He's looking to make some big waves. You had to follow him on Instagram or social media.
No standing ain't boxing podcast. We discuss every organization and weight class. With your host, Bronx Farmer, educated with the craft. Punch a topic hard like heavyweights. Hitting the bag from the top rank to the upcoming. Washed up to the dark horse. Champs, #1 contenders. Quick jab or sharp cross. We so tuning in. You can have it internationally known. Our information is valid. See, we on a higher plane. No 2 episodes the same. We get better as we train. So on top we remain. Come join the conversation. The same site you gain. In and outside of the rain, we do the damn thing.
People are positive, so that's what matters to me. I want to see the people happy. That's what matters.
That's what matters. All right. I think, like I said, I think you got a great story. You got a great message. I'm excited for you. I want to watch it next week. I'll be tuning in. Make sure everybody else tunes in. Thank you for the opportunity, man. Good luck.
Thank you for having me.